Hi, I'm Tina Dickinson, and today I'm going to show you how to do a dollhouse lighting adapter, specifically a canopy adapter. Now today I have a CK3018. I get all my products from Circuit Concepts. That's CIR-KIT concepts.com on the internet if you want to find them. I love this place. They have fantastic products. They have terrific customer service. So I love to work with them. And this specifically is a 3-arm frosted tulip shade chandelier. And the adapter I'm using today is a CK800. And it comes with these products in it. This is the adapter. This is the pin part that goes into your dollhouse. And I have another video on that if you choose to watch it. And it comes with a little extra wire. So let's get started. So the first thing I do is I test my lights. You take this and to the prongs from your dollhouse, which is 12 volt, and your dollhouse has been tape wired, and it should light up. If it doesn't, you can send it back. And Vern at Circuit Concepts is terrific to work with. He really is. So I've tested my light. I know it works. And so the first thing I do is I just take this part off. I know I'm not going to need that. Lights do not come ready-made to plug in. You have to put adapters on them to get them to go in. So I'm just going to cut off some lights. This here's one of the tools you can get at Circuit Concepts that I use. I throw that away. Never found a use for it. The next thing you're going to do is a little bit tricky. So when you first get it, it has this paper on it. And on this paper, there's next a rubberized cap on it. So this can be a bit tricky. And the way you go about this is you just take your fingernail and you scrape along it carefully to just scrape it away from the wires. Now sometimes you can hold on to these wires and kind of press them down so that you're not tugging on the wires. One of the single most frustrating things there is when you pull the wires out of your light. You know it was working when you got it, and now you pull the wires out and it doesn't, because maybe you spent $60 on a light and it's no longer good, and there isn't really anything you can do about it, to tell you the truth, because it's your own fault. So carefully take that off, and I do mean carefully so that you don't pull the wires out. So once you've done that, and you've gotten that rubberized piece off, and your thing is cleaned up, you're not going to be using this with this particular adapter, so it isn't a big deal. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that big loop off. You're going to take that adapter. This isn't the adapter, but you're going to take this piece off. We're not going to be using that. You're going to take out your big loop, and you're going to want to measure in your dollhouse where you want these cut. Now my dollhouse, I kind of know I cut about half that chain off so that they're not hanging too low, but you may want it longer. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it where I want it. Get rid of that chain. And then I'm going to put my loop back on. And then I take and I put my adapter, I'm going to put that loop through the loop on the adapter. And at this point, all you're doing is just getting that loop to close back up. Maybe it takes you a couple times if you're a little bit clumsy like me. Frankly, I think anybody can do this, because I am not too great with fine motor skills. I'm a little bit klutzy, but if you get the right tools, this is completely doable. I'm going to take my wire, and there's a hole at the bottom of that, and I'm going to stick the wire up through it. Now as I'm holding my adapter, I can see how long the wire is. And I'm going to want about 1 inch there, so I cut my wires off about 1 inch. And I have some fancy scissors because I'm a quilter. I'm going to show you about where I have that. And I clip them in two. If you do not have fancy scissors like me, you can use a razor blade. Now while you're holding this, you're going to get a feel for how far you want to go with your wires. And you're going to want to go close to the bottom, but not all the way to the bottom. Now I can slide this down now that I've got that there. And I love this little tool. It's a stripper, a little dollhouse stripper. And I'm going to go down pretty close to the ends of those, but not all the way. And again, if you don't have this tool, I think the tools make everything 10 times easier on doll houses, especially if you're like me. So if you don't have one of these, you could use little scissors and carefully go around that, or just any other method. But I really like these because all you're really doing, you do have to apply a little bit of pressure at the end of this, and you can tell if it's not enough because it will slip, and if it is too much, then you could pull the wires out. So you don't want to do too much. Just press it until it doesn't slip, basically, and you can kind of feel it because it'll start to slip, and you have to push it down a little harder, and then you can feel it give way. You're going to go down to the same spot on the second wire. Same thing. Now you pull these about 1/2 inch out. Then you can use this little insulation at the end of it to just twist them really nice and fine. It works fantastic. It's very time saving to just twist your wires this way. When you're done, you're going to be clipping off the end of the insulation, so there's just the wire there. Now inside this adapter is 2 little screws. I'm going to take, this is another tool you can get at Circuit Concepts. It's kind of like an eyeglass case screwdriver, but they have multiple sizes there. And I'm going to unscrew these. Now this is a time when it's good to have magnifying glasses. And I'm going to switch over right now. I've got these pair that happen to be a YOCTOSUN pair. I like them. I don't know if there's any better ones out there, but it's really great to have these because you can see much better, see what you're doing, especially if you're a little bit older like me. Okay, so now I'm going to take those wires and I'm going to carefully wrap these wires around those screws. I tuck the wires under. An alternate method to that would be to just wrap them around once and clip them with some fingernail clippers, again, if you don't have the special scissors. Then I just screw them down, and it's good to get them, pretty tight. Now, when you get your light, you're going to have this piece that goes up in your dollhouse, and I have another video on how that goes in there. But basically, then you just take this light, you push it up in there, and you twist. And it works fantastic. I love it. Again, Circuit Concepts, CIR-KIT concepts.com. Thanks for watching.